Are you ready? I want to ask a question now. So verse 3. So
verse 3 of what?
Not verse 3. I meant chapter 3 of Hosea, the very short chapter. Just to make sure that I'm on the right page. So this is still talking about Gomer, is it not?
I think so. Yes.
I think it kind of is.
Love a woman.
Yes.
Okay, so he buys her. So it's interesting that he actually, he buys her back. But I had this really cool thought. This thought jumped in my head today. I was thinking about the various discussions I've had with people of different denominations about the nature of salvation. Can you, I guess the question of, can you lose your salvation? Because I've had discussions with people who have told me, well, no, once you accept Jesus Christ and you're saved, nothing can ever change that. Nothing you do can ever change that, because nothing is stronger. And I've had people use that, that comparison of, nothing is stronger than God. Once God has his hand on you, nothing can pull it away. And that's true. But I would make the counter argument that, well, that might be true. However, we have agency. And if we choose to step out of the Lord's hand, he's not going to hold us against our will. He will allow us to step away from him if we choose to do so, if it's our choice. Mm-hmm. So I that thought occurred to me, and the book of Hosea really, to me, is the perfect story that kind of, I feel like, marries those two views together and makes it all make sense. Because with Hosea and Gomer, the thing is, Gomer did leave Hosea. He didn't force her. He never went and chased her down and tied her up and put her in shackles, said, "You're coming back with me, woman." It's like she was free to do what she chose to do. And he never coerced her, but he was always there for her. So she, in a sense, never lost her salvation, even when she walked away from him. The salvation was there waiting for her. Mm-hmm. But she had to come back. She had to come back and receive it. Right.
I like that.
Right. I do like that.
It's one of those thoughts. I was like, oh my gosh. And the more I thought about it, I was like, this is so cool, because it really, to me, it does seem like that's where it makes sense in that way, because it is, the comparison between, once saved, always saved. And, well, no, you can lose your salvation. Well, if you read the story of Hosea and Gomer, it kind of, I feel like, is a good illustration of how it really is with the Lord, because, like I said, Gomer she had her agency, right? And Hosea never forced her. He never chased her down, never tied her up. Mm-hmm. However, he was always there. Yep. He was always ready to welcome her back.
I love that. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. And he did, in the end, even he did buy her back, and which is interesting, because it's like with us, sometimes the Lord will allow things to happen in our lives that kind of push us toward him. And he's still never forcing us.
No.
But there's situations. Sometimes it'll come to a situation where he will allow things to happen in our lives that are horrible, that will drive us toward him, because he loves us so much and wants that relationship with us. And so that was the thing I thought of here with Hosea. It really is. It's kind of the perfect balance between, once saved, always saved, and, the agency of, being able to, quote unquote, lose your salvation through your choices that you have with your agency.
Right.
What do y'all think?
Very good. I like that, Kenny. So next time we have that conversation, you'll be able to have the book of Hosea ready to go, and
that's
say,
right.
I know exactly where you're coming from. Let me share a scripture with you.
That's right.
I like that. All right, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. If you would like to follow us on social media, you can do that through Instagram and Facebook at Saints in the South. A great place to join in the discussion would be our podcast group page on Facebook. You can also follow us on Twitter, Saints in the South, at 5 Southern Saints. And then, of course, on YouTube, hit the like button, notification bell. And if you're not already, be sure and subscribe. And then finally, you can check us out through our website, saintsinthesouth.com. Where you can have access to all the podcast and YouTube videos. And then we would love for you to take the opportunity and leave us a review and rating. Thanks again for all of your support, and we will see you next time.